Hi dear students, welcome back to biology class, and we'll continue with chapter number 8, that is cell, the unit of life. In this video, let us learn in detail about another cell organelle, another group of cell organelles, that is they are plastids. You all know that these plastids, they are also membrane bound, double membrane bound cell organelles, and they are present in all plant cells and also in euglenoids. And plastids are also known as semi-autonomous organelle because, like mitochondria, in plastids also small circular double-stranded DNA is present, hence, and it is partially dependent on the nucleus for its activities. And these plastids that we can easily observe under microscope because they are large in size as compared to other cell organelles. And the plastids, for the first time, they were observed by a scientist called Haeckel, and the term plastid was used by another scientist, Schimfer, in the year 1883. There are different types of plastids are present. Some of them, they consist of specific pigments, and these pigments impart specific colors to plants. For example, you might have seen the different colored petals of the flower of the angiosperms and different colored fruits. This is all because presence of different colored plastids. Based on the type of pigments present in the plastids can be classified into three types. One is chloroplast, second one is chromoplast, third one is leukoplast. Chloroplast, it is the double membrane bound cell organelle, where this cell organelle consists of chlorophyll, which is a photosynthetic pigment. In addition to chlorophyll, other photosynthetic pigments like carotenoids are present, and these chlorophyll and carotenoids, they are responsible for trapping light energy, which is essential for photosynthesis. So you all know that the green plants perform photosynthesis, and the pigment which is required for the photosynthesis is present in the chloroplast, and it appears green in color because it consists of chlorophyll pigment. Okay, and the different types of chlorophyll pigments are there. Here the chlorophyll pigment, it traps sunlight energy and it converts the light energy into chemical energy, that is, the process is called photosynthesis. Whereas the chromoplast, here name itself suggests that chromo means colored. These are colored plastids, and these plastids, they contain fat soluble pigments like keratins, xanthophylls, and other pigments are present in these chromoplasts. These chromoplasts, they provide different colors to the different plant organs. They impart colors like yellow, orange, and red color. Later we will understand which pigment is responsible for the red color of the petals or red color of the chilies and orange color of the carrot. Whereas the third type of plastids are leukoplasts, and remember, these leukoplasts are colorless plastids, and they are varied in shapes and sizes, and the main function of these leukoplasts is they store nutrients. Okay, so now let us learn in detail about the chromoplasts and leukoplasts. Later we will learn the detailed structure of chloroplast because which is a site where exactly the process of photosynthesis takes place. As already I said that chromoplasts, they contain a fat soluble pigments like keratins and xanthophylls and some other pigments. Now these pigments, they impart different colors like yellow, orange or red colors to the plant parts where they are present. And these chromoplasts, they are present in petals and fruits. In addition to this, these chromoplasts may arise from chloroplasts due to replacement of chlorophyll by other pigments. Means the chromoplasts can be, depending on the requirement, they can be converted into, they get converted into chloroplast, or sometimes the chloroplast will get converted into chloroplasts, or vice versa. Chloroplast will be converted into chromoplasts, or chromoplasts may be converted into chloroplasts. Okay, and you have seen the green tomatoes and chilies. The green tomatoes turn red on ripening because of presence of replacement of chlorophyll molecule in the chloroplast by red pigment called lycopene. Okay, so the tomatoes, when they are green in color, now these the cells here, it consists of chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll will get changed into the red pigment that is called lycopene. Similarly, in case of chilies, the capsanthin is formed from the chlorophyll. Okay, so due to change in the pigment molecules, they will get changed into chlorophyll into lycopene in case of tomato, and chlorophyll will get changed into, it will be replaced by capsanthin in case of chilies. Okay, thus chloroplasts are changed into chromoplasts. The leukoplasts are colorless plastids, and they are of various size, shape, and these leukoplasts, as I said earlier, they store nutrients. And the leukoplasts, they generally occur near the nucleus in the non-green cells. The leukoplasts possesses internal lamellae, whereas grana and photosynthetic pigments are absent in the leukoplasts. As I said, the leukoplasts mainly they store food material and occur in the cells which are not exposed to sunlight. For example, in plants, the seeds are not exposed to sunlight. The underground stems, they are not exposed to sunlight. The roots and tubers, rhizomes, they are also not exposed to sunlight. Hence, in such parts, these leukoplasts are present. Depending upon the type of food they store, the leukoplasts are classified into three types. First one is amyloplasts, second one is elaioplasts, and third one is proteinoplasts, or these are also known as aleuroplasts. The amyloplasts, they store carbohydrates, that is starch, and hence they occur in potato, which is a modified stem, modification for storage of food. Then wheat and rice grains, we can find these amyloplasts. Whereas elaioplasts, they store oils and fats, hence they are present in the castor endosperm. Endosperm is a nutritive tissue which nourishes the developing embryo, and in the castor, even after formation of seeds, the endosperm is retained. In this endosperm, we can find elaioplasts. And aleuroplasts or proteinoplasts, they store proteins. For example, in maize grains, you might have studied the longitudinal section of maize grain, where there is a layer present aileron layer. Okay, so in the aileron cells of the maize grain, the chloroplasts or proteinoplasts are present. Now let us discuss about the chloroplast, which is the site of photosynthesis. The chloroplast, it is the majority of the chloroplasts present in the green plants, and in the green plants the mesophyll cells of the leaves, the chloroplasts are present. And again the size and shape of the chloroplasts varies. In algae there are variable shapes of chloroplasts have been observed. They may be, the chloroplasts may be lens shaped, oval shaped. Here you can see oval shaped chloroplast, then spherical, discoid, that is disc like, or ribbon like. In case of Spirogyra, what we have studied in your practical, which is a green algae, their ribbon shaped or spiral shaped chloroplasts are present. And in Chlamydomonas, which is a unicellular green algae, where the chloroplast is cup shaped chloroplast is present, and the size it varies. Then the length measures about 5 to 10 millimeters and width, that is 2 to 4 millimeters. Number also varies, that is from 1 chloroplast per cell in case of Chlamydomonas, which is a green algae, and in some cells around 20 to 40 chloroplasts are present in the mesophyll cells. Remember, these chloroplasts are easily observable under microscope. Now let us see the structure of the chloroplast. So chloroplast, as I said, it is present in the cells of the mesophyll. This is the leaf. When you take a transfer section of the leaf, here we can observe the upper epidermis and lower epidermis. Okay, so between upper epidermis and lower epidermis, there is a modified parenchyma is present, which consists of chloroplasts. It is known as mesophyll tissue. Here there are two types of mesophyll tissue. One is palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. This is in case of dicot leaves. Okay, so the cells of mesophyll tissue, they consist of number of chloroplasts. Here is a cell what is being enlarged here. So these are the chloroplasts what you are observing here. That is green color structure what you are observing here, they are chloroplast. Okay, and here one chloroplast is enlarged. Okay, so this diagram helps you to draw because this is a three-dimensional view. It is difficult to draw for you people, but this diagram it is very easy to draw. So by seeing this diagram, I'll explain the all part of the chloroplast. Okay, so like mitochondria, chloroplast is also double membrane bond structure. It means it consists of two membrane. That is, one is outer membrane. So this is outer membrane, okay, and this is inner membrane. This is inner membrane. Between outer membrane and inner membrane there is a space, this space. So this space is known as periplastidal space. This space is known as what? Periplastidal space. Whereas space which is limited by the inner membrane, this space is known as stroma or matrix of the chloroplast. Stroma or matrix of the chloroplast. Okay, and in the stroma or matrix there is a membranous sac-like structure. Here you can see this is the membranous sac-like structure. These structures are known as thylakoid. These structures are known as what? Thylakoid. Such large number of thylakoids, they are arranged one above the other like a pile of coins. So you look at this, in this diagram it is very clear. This is one thylakoid, this is another thylakoid. Okay, this is third thylakoid and this is the fourth thylakoid. So all these thylakoids, they are arranged one above the other, and this entire structure is known as granum. You look at this. Here the number of thylakoids, they are arranged one above the other, and it is known as granum. It is known as what? Granum. Okay. Singular granum and plural grana. So there are number of grana are present, and these grana, they are interconnected by a membrane, and this is known as the intergranal thylakoids or intergranal membrane. And this membrane is also known as stroma lamellae. What is stroma lamellae? The membrane or thylakoid which connects the two grana are known as stroma lamellae. They are known as what? Stroma lamellae. Okay, and this grana and stroma lamellae is the site of light reaction. Remember, while discussing about photosynthesis, I explained you about this. Okay, so the membrane of the grana and stroma lamellae is the site of light reaction of the photosynthesis. Then the stroma, it consists of small circular double-stranded DNA. Hence this organelle is also semi-autonomous cell organelle. Okay, and ribosomes are present, and these ribosomes, they are of 70S type. They are 70S type. Okay, and in addition to this, here we can find starch granules, because the starch synthesis takes place during the dark reaction of the photosynthesis, and the starch is stored in the form of granules. Okay, so remember, the stroma, it is the site of dark reaction of the photosynthesis. It is the site of dark reaction of the photosynthesis. Okay, that is here because the various enzymes which are required for the dark reaction, they are present in the stroma of the chloroplast. For example, you can recall the enzyme rubisco. So this rubisco is present in the stroma of the chloroplast. Okay, so this is about the structure of chloroplast. Now let us see what are the functions of chloroplast. As I said, the chloroplast is the site of photosynthesis, that is both light reaction and dark reaction, they takes place in the chloroplast. Then during the light reaction, the photolysis of water molecule takes place, and also the reduction of NADP to NADPH molecule takes place in the chloroplast. In addition to this, the synthesis of starch takes place in the stroma or matrix of the chloroplast, okay, which is during the dark reaction. Hence, the chloroplast, they store starch, or the synthesis of starch takes place in the chloroplast. So this is about the structure of chloroplast. Okay. So from this part, you must remember the different types of leukoplasts. Then the diagram of the chloroplast is very important. It can be asked for 2 or 3 mark. Structure of chloroplast, it can be asked for 5 mark. That includes the diagram. And what is thylakoid? It can be asked for 1 mark. And what are grana? It can be asked for 1 mark. Okay. And functions of the chloroplast, it can be asked for 1 or 2 mark. Thank you. We'll meet in the next video.